Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is another one in the series of the book or the movie, The Secret. So this chapter is all about how to use the secret. And so in this video, we're going to be talking about practical ways and methods to actually get that secret really working for us. Now while you watch the intro video, make sure you go down and click that like button. First of all, before we actually talk about this chapter, I want to give you a little bit of an update on my weight loss affirmations. Now, yes, I've missed a few days here and there, but I've tried to watch the video at least once a day. But I've tried to watch the video as much as I can once a day. And what's actually happened? Well, I've lost about 2 kilograms, which I don't know if is good or bad, because I've usually just fluctuated in between certain weights. However, I have actually been exercising more, and I've been a little bit more conscious about what I'm eating, but I could probably do a bit better in both cases. So I guess I just got to continue doing it and see what happens. Now, on to how to use the secret. Now everyone must have heard of Aladdin, and you must have watched the movie at least once, even if it was back in the days with the cartoon Disney version, or recently as Will Smith as the genie. Now if you haven't, make sure you watch one of those movies. But essentially in the movie, the genie gives Aladdin 3 wishes. Now I want you to put yourself in Aladdin's shoes. And one of the wishes Aladdin makes was, make me a prince. But what did the genie say to him after that? He said, you need to give me more details, because I can make you a prince, and that could be just make a prince appear. Or it could even be make a prince appear. So as you can see, this is probably where the saying, the devil's in the detail. Because if you don't put enough detail, the devil will come out and give you something you don't really want. Which is why I prefer God is in the detail. Because just like God, we should also know the details. If we plan to ask the universe for anything, we need to know everything about what we're asking. We need to know what we're asking and every single detail to go with it. And that kind of takes me on to the point of the genie is not something new, and it's not even new since the beginning of Aladdin. The genie's been around since life began. Some people will call it the holy guardian angel, some people will call it their higher self, some people will call it God, some people will even call it the universe itself. What I'm trying to say is that we can call it anything, because every tradition that's out there in the world has always said that there's something higher than them. And just like the genie, the higher being is ever loving and will always say, your wish is my command. So how do we use the secret? It's basically a 3-step process. We ask, we believe, and then we can receive. Step number 1 is asking. But don't forget, we need to have the details. So let me take you back for a second. Think about when you were a kid and you were given a blank piece of paper. What could you do with that blank piece of paper? You could fold it up and turn it into an airplane. You could draw on it. Anything that was in your head, you could put it into a picture. Or you could write a whole story about anything that happened in your day and use every single detail that was in your far-fetched mind as a little kid. Basically, that blank piece of paper was your canvas to creativity. And this is essentially what the secret is as well. You have a blank canvas that you can utilize to ask the universe for anything that you want. So I suggest it's probably best to do that right now. Get a piece of paper, get a blank piece of paper and a pen, and let's write something down. Let's write down the command that you want to give out to the universe right now. So start with these words. I'm so happy and grateful, ... Now remember, when you write this down, you want it to be in the present tense. You want it to feel like you're writing as though it's just happened. So for instance, I would probably write something like this. I'm so happy and grateful that I have been able to regularly do these YouTube videos for the last 9 months, and now I've been able to reach the stage in YouTube where I can get monetized. Now this step of writing down is really for yourself, in order to get crystal clear exactly what that command is that you want to put out to the universe. Step number 2 is believing. Now this is where we need to feel the faith that whatever we've just commanded from the universe will actually happen. And the best way to do this is to visualize. Now believe that the universe is moving things around in order to make that command come true for you. So for me, I'm going to go and find other videos on YouTube of other people with their channels and when they got monetized themselves. There's loads out there. So I'm going to watch those to make myself believe that it's possible for me as well. Now at the same time, another way to think of this is to think of this like an Amazon order. Think of it as though you've got Amazon Prime and you've ordered something on one day. And then the next day, you just have faith that Amazon are going to move everything around in order to make sure that your item gets to you within those 24 hours. So you really need to build that unwavering faith, that belief of the unseen. Essentially like how when you're driving down a dark road and you've only got your headlights, you can't see what's past those headlights, but you know there's a road carrying on. This is the same kind of feeling that you need to have with the command that you're putting out into the universe. You need to believe that it's working. You need to believe that the universe is doing what it needs to do in order to make it happen. Now the third part, receiving. Now partially has a crossover with the believing part, because in order to really receive what the universe is going to give you, it is also down to that visualization. Now what you want to visualize is that feeling you will have as soon as you get what you just commanded to the universe. Now I know what you might be thinking, I don't have it yet, so how do I know what it feels like? Well, I'm pretty sure you've probably achieved something in your life. And you just have to think about that moment. How did you feel? Did you feel happy? Did you feel content? Did you feel excited? Did you feel astonished? Now, just like I'm going to go and find videos of people who've already achieved that level of monetization on YouTube, I'm pretty sure you could probably find a video on YouTube of someone who's achieved anything that you're probably thinking about asking the universe as well. Now, at the same time, every religious book in the world has expressed this same concept, and they've just called it prayer. Now if you're religious or you're not religious, we all know what prayer is. It's that moment where we ask for something. If anything, we're probably begging for something. And one of the reasons why many people end up turning to prayer is because they've got to a point where it's the last option. And so they know that the only person who can help them now is God. Now there's one thing to always remember. The universe does not have any issues with attracting anything in the world. It's almost like saying there's no way God created the universe. But if you believe in God, you also believe that He did, even though you have no idea how He did it. Now the same applies here. The universe can attract £100 just as easily as it can attract £1 million. But the limiting factor here is the belief. So the best way to deal with this is to start off small and build yourself up. So remember, always start with the I'm happy and grateful, but start with something small. For instance, I'm happy and grateful that I'm making the food that I love today. And then obviously it's quite easy to believe that, go out and make it. Then each day, take it up a notch. So for instance, say you're driving somewhere and you need to go and park. Think of, I'm so happy and grateful that parking spot I always park in is free right now. And slowly, once you build up that belief on the smaller things, it becomes easier and easier to take it to that next level up where you can eventually ask for anything. So, what did we learn today? Like Aladdin's genie, the law of attraction grants our every command. The creative process helps you create what you want in 3 simple steps. Ask, believe, and receive. Asking the universe for what you want is your opportunity to get clear about what you want. Believing involves acting, speaking, and thinking as though you have already received what you've asked for. When you emit that frequency of having received it, the law of attraction moves people, events, and circumstances for you to actually receive. Receiving involves feeling the way you feel once you desire has manifested. Feeling good now puts you on the frequency of what you want. It takes no time for the universe to manifest what you want. It is as easy to manifest £100 as it is to manifest £1 million. Starting with something small, like a meal or a cup of coffee or parking spaces, is an easy way to experience the law of attraction in action and powerfully intend to attract something small. As you experience the power you have to attract, you will move on to creating much bigger things. And one takeaway, is to create your day in advance by thinking the way you want it to go. And you will create your life intentionally. So I hope you liked this video today. And as always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell button as well, so you get notified when my next video comes out. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. See you in the next video. Bye.